All right, in this video I'm going to show you a couple of simple effects that I use quite a bit. So I'm going to get rid of this F. I don't need that. I'm going to save this. I'm going to make this I'm just going to do a big Utah. I'm going to change this to it's a CG yearbook. So this is kind of an athletic looking font. So I'm going to do this as Utah. I'm going to cut and paste this away. Make this smaller. We're going to make a really simple Utah Athletics shirt here. So one thing I'm going to do right here is select all of these. I'm going to hit Command-Shift-C, which is going to center the type. So that centers the paragraph. You can see that there. And then I'm going to align all of these here so they're the centered. And what I want to do is I'm going to arch this type. Now we could do that by, again, there's a couple different ways. We could set up the type on this arch here if we wanted to actually use the type on a path. But I'm going to use an effect here. So I'm going to select the type. I'm going to go up to Effect and Warp. And this gives us a couple of options here. So the first one I can show you is a arc. And you can see that this dialog box comes up and it gives us a couple of options here. I don't love this one because it distorts the top and the bottom. You can see it may work for something else that you've got going on, but this one I don't really like. But you can see that the further we get, it distorts that more or less. You can also do it the other way. I would say instead of using arc here, I would use this, just use the type on an oval or on one of those arch forms using the type on a path tool. I think you're going to get a cleaner use of typography. But one thing that I do like with this warp options is not the arc, but the arch. And we'll click on that and I'll show you. And what I like about that is it keeps the vertical points on all this type. It keeps those vertical, and this gives me this arch. And you can see that the more I do this, the steeper it gets. And again, depending on the word, you can see the preview. If it's a longer word, you might be able to get away with a little bit steeper bend, but you kind of have to fiddle with that and see. I may have to make this a little bit bigger or change the spacing, maybe make athletics smaller, but we can adjust that later as well. So these options in terms of effects kind of they give that effect, but then they let us still edit the type. So I'm going to just hit OK. And you can see that this is be a prime example of where that needs to be kerned, and maybe all the leading needs to change. Not leading, excuse me, the tracking. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller and spread it out. And maybe make this a little bit bigger as well. And then we can see how this kind of comes together as we kind of mess with the type. And maybe we'll just do a size in this here, make that white. Maybe make it a little smaller. This might be another example here where I want to, and you notice when I'm kind of clicking on all this stuff, some things are locked down and some things aren't, but I'm always selecting the type. So I'm going to lock that down if I'm always selecting it when I can't select this. So I'm just going to hit Command-2. And that enables me to select this. I'm going to actually select that type there too. And then I can just kind of make this a little bit smaller. And Command Option 2 will unlock everything. Let's select Let's select everything. Command A will also do that. It'll select all. So we'll do that and align everything. So align palette down the middle. This type looks like it's aligned, but because of the way the type is, it may need to be shift it over visually a little bit so you can see how that works in terms of making a really simple, athletic, kind of collegiate looking, great for a t-shirt kind of thing. But that arch, using that effect, warp and arch, is a great way to do that, to kind of get that quick effect. And it's nice because it has that vertical work. So I'll show you another way of making that work with another object. We'll show you how to make a little ribbon or banner in the next video.